Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this faux pinwheel card. I showed a masculine one, this one here, on my blog recently, and a couple of people have asked me if I would make a video showing how it's made. So obviously yes, I'm always very happy to do that. Inside I decorated it just by using the striped paper from there. This one, the birds there I had done as fussy cutting, and I fussy cut another one inside there, and that one was actually on the edge of a sheet of designer series paper, which goes to show you don't have to waste it just because you're not getting a complete picture. Okay, so that looked good. I have done another one here. That one was using bird ballad, and this one is using Good Morning Magnolia, and in there I've got another flower. This worked out quite well actually, because this week I'm doing a challenge on my blog for me to use up my leftovers, and I had 4 of these left over from when I did my swaps for the incentive trip, so I've been able to use those 2 here. So I'm going to change my colour scheme, and I'm going to use Merry Merlot. The designer series paper I'm using is called Pressed Petals, I think. Hold on, I knew that I'd forget this. Pressed Petals Specialty designer series paper. So what you need, the cardstock you need, is a piece of Merry Merlot, which measures 5.5 inches by 11 inches, which means you can get one of these out of a A4 sheet of cardstock. And I also think for the US letter size you can also get one, can't you, because it's 11 inches. So that's 5.5 by 11 inches, scored and folded at 5.5 inches, which is 14 by 28 centimetres, scored and folded at 14 centimetres. And then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White, which measure 5.25 inches by 5.25 inches, which is 13.4 centimetres by 13.4 centimetres. For my base designer series paper, this measures 5 1/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches, which is 13.1 by 13.1 centimetres. And then for the band, the Merry Merlot measures 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, which is 3.2 by 13.4 centimetres. And then the designer series paper measures 1 1/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches, which is 2.9 by 13.4 centimetres. Then you need 2 pieces of Merry Merlot, which measure 3 1/8 inches by 3 1/8 inches, and that is 8 by 8 centimetres. And then you'll need a piece of Whisper White and a piece of Merry Merlot for the sentiment and the layer of the sentiment. So what we will do first is, I think we'll put the card together as much as possible. So that's those 2. I've already put my tape on the back. There we go. I thought I'd brought it out. When you do the faux pinwheel, you can use 2 designs of designer series paper, or you can use 1. Personally, I prefer to use 1 design, but what I will do is, when I get to that stage, I will just lay my cardstock squares onto my pinwheel so that you can actually see what it would look like, which reminds me, I didn't tell you about the squares that you need for your pinwheel. You need 8, which measure 1 3/8 inches squared, which is 3.5 centimetres squared. If you want to use different design, you need 4 of each. And what I'm going to try and show you is what it would look like if I did like that 4 of those and 4 of those. I won't actually stick it together because, as I say, I do prefer to have all my squares the same. But when you've seen it, you may think to yourself, no, you'd like to have the different squares. The reason this is called a specialty designer series paper is it's because it's a lighter weight. I don't know if you remember, I did a video a little while ago. In fact, it was before this catalogue came out. And I went and bought some gift wrap paper because I wanted something that was lightweight, and I didn't realise at the time that one of our specialty papers was specialty because it was lightweight, and it was actually one that I hadn't bought, but somebody pointed it out in the comments underneath the video, which is one of the really good reasons for encouraging comments below. And it was called something like Tea Party or something, so I did buy some, and it worked brilliantly for my project. So I suspect that each catalogue, I don't know, I'm going to watch out for it, but I think each catalogue, Stampin' Up probably do one that's a lightweight. Okay, so there's that one. Let's do this one. Also, since I made my last video, I have had more than one inquiry about where's my wedding ring, and the update on that is that they are ready, but before I can have them, they have to be sent to the assay office for the hallmarking. So I'm at the moment waiting to hear back from the jewellers to say that they've passed whatever tests they do on them and have been sent back to the jeweller so I can have them. They did say they'd be ready at the end of July, so it'll be any day now. Right, so that's all of those pieces. These I'm going to do with Tombow. I'm not quite sure what decorations I'm going to be doing for my card. Like on this one I did the fussy cut birds, and this one I did well, they were leftovers, but stamped the smaller magnolia. There is a stamp set that goes with this, but it was a 2 or 3 step stamping stamp set, and I thought that the images were a bit on the big side for what I needed. So I have brought over with me the washi tape Petals, so that'll be quite interesting if I can come up with an idea for that. Well, my designer series paper here looks longer than my cardstock. I hope that doesn't mean my cardstock is too short. Right, okay, so that's that. Right, so with the 2 pieces, the 2 squares, the 3 1/8 inch squares, what we need to do is we need to adhere them together like that. So to get those so that they fit correctly, I'm going to be using my grid paper, and that there, the darker line, that I'm using as the centre. And because I've already done 2 or 3 of these, I know that I need to count up 6 squares, out 6 squares and up 6 squares. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is going to go just over. So each of these little corners, because this is 3 1/8, so, and the corners, the squares are 1/4" squares. So that's going to be, just double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so I'm going to put some Tombow in the middle there to adhere these two together. Now, when I put this one down, those 2 points are going to go on that line, and those 2 points are going to go onto that line. So, if I get that one there, that one, oops, don't push that one over. Push that back up again. This is the nice thing about Tombow. It's quite happy to hang around while you get your positioning correct. There we go. Okay. So what we need to do is to adhere these on. Now, if you want to do alternate designs, what you would do is the first one would be like that. The second one would go like that. Maybe it would have been better if I'd chosen a lighter colour. And then the next one would be there. I'm not watching whether these are upside down or not. I just want to give you the idea of what it looks like. It's quite a clever effect, I have to say. In fact, it's so clever, maybe I will do it this way. Let me have a look, see what it's like. And then that one, it comes over the top there, but then you lift that one up. Obviously it won't move like that because it will be stuck down. Okay, so that's what it would look like. Let me see if I can just lift this up a bit to shall I or shan't I? I do like it with it all the same. I will do it all 4 and 4. So the only thing I need to remember by doing it 4 by 4, these need to be up the right way, like that. Which means if I'm going to put this on my card with the point going upwards, then I need to make sure that these are adhered in these corners. Does that make sense? Right. When you turn these over, to put, oh, I can choose, can't I? I don't really want all the flowers on these. I prefer to have the writing. See as how that's, I've got flowers on this bit. So just make sure they are up the right way. And once they are up the right way, what you need to do is put glue, just making sure I'm in the camera properly, up there, along there, and just down there, about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay, so there's that one. So, oh, silly person. Is there another one with a lot of writing on it? Oh, alright. Otherwise I put glue on the wrong side, haven't I? That's going to go up. That's got to be the writing. So we're going to do it like that. Yes, of course, I haven't had to think about that because they have the same side up all the time. Again, turn it over and you put the glue on those 3 sides that I showed you, like that. Turn it back over, and then at the moment it doesn't matter which direction this one's going in because it's the first. Okay, so I'm just leaving a little gap on the Merry Merlot around the edge. Okay. That looked a bit dark bringing that up to you. I hope that it's not looking dark for you. Right, so now we want another flower. So we'll have this one. Just make sure it's up the right way. I don't think there's a right or wrong on this design. Right, so turn that round. There we go. And then the next one, it's got to be upright like that. Right, turn it over. So my 1/2 inch there, across the top and down the left hand side. Turn it over, keep it straight. There we go. And that's a flower and that's a flower. So we put glue on the back. Now this one doesn't matter, I don't think. Now make sure that's up the right way again. Right, so keep that up the right way. And flowers. Oops, don't go so far down. That was lucky it didn't come out of the bottle then. Right, now the last one, we've got to lift that bit up to slide it under. Right, that one, keep it up that way. And that way. Oh, it is a lot easier just to keep them all the same design. Right. So that's got to go there, on top there and underneath that one. Okay, and then just put a little bit of Tombow underneath there. Okay, so what do you think? That's quite alright actually. And which way am I going to do it? I don't have a choice now because it's all got to be out the right way. There we go. Okay. What did I do? I didn't do that bit, did I? That's silly. I should have put that on there before I stuck this onto here. I've now got to guess where I've got to cut this. Oh, that's alright. The cardstock's the right size. It's the designer series paper that isn't. So if I just cut that off, so that will be right. Okay. And again, to make sure that I've got this in the centre, I'm going to line my card up so that my dark line is the centre here. So that this side it's on 5 1/4, this side it's on 10 3/4, so I know that's my centre. Make sure my writing is up the right way, and that's going just up to the top of the white. There we go. So that will be like that, and that will be like that. Okay. When I did these, because I've got a 1 3/8 inch square punch, I just punched all the squares out. But I was under the impression that I was going to be using all of these squares, and I wasn't particularly straight, and you can see it on that one. But I don't think anybody else is going to notice that. Right, on here I'm going to use Merry Merlot ink. Excuse me, I didn't bring that one over with me. And the stamp set I am using is called Parcels and Petals, and I'm using the Birthday Cheer to You All Year. I think that's going to be one of my favourite birthday greetings for my cards. Here we go. I'm just going to do that centre but slightly towards the top. I'm going to die cut it with a circle, but I want to have a space underneath to put something on there. So I now need to die cut that, and this is my scrap for the other die cut. So if I just bring my Big Shot up, I don't know whether it was on my blog or on my last video, but I said that I've broken one of my lights that I use for videoing, and I have a new light. Really lovely, lovely bright, but this is the first time I've used it, or at least tried to use it, and it was leaving moving lights as it was going over, and I don't know why, I don't understand it. So what I've done is I've switched it off and just brought the other lamp as close to me as possible, so I hope you can see everything okay. Right, I'm going to be using the stitched shapes framelits, and I'm going to use the number 2 and number 3 of the circles. The sentiment is going to be number 2. Keep that as close to the top as possible. And then with the Merry Merlot, let's put that way. There we go. Take that one. Alright, I'm going to pop that on with Tombow. Oops. There we go. So now that's going to be going on there. Actually, it looks quite good, look, because I didn't realise. Obviously didn't plan that, but that's nice. So yeah, I think I'm glad that I've done it this way. Now I need something to go in there. And what I've done is I've brought over with me, did I say this already? I bought the washi tape petals. But first of all I need I haven't actually used the petals to build a flower or anything, so I'm on a wing and a prayer with it. So I'm just going to do 1 in each corner and then 4 in the middle. Oops. You may prefer to use less. I can see why people don't put many on here. It's a little bit time consuming. Even more time consuming when you try and take the labels off where they've already gone. Right, now which way? That way. So now this one I'm just going to eyeball. I'm just make sure that that and that are in the centre there, with the same amount of space up here as there. It may not be spot on, but it really will be very, very close. Okay, so that's that one. And then I'm going to do the sentiment, which will be going on there. And again, I'm going to use my dimensionals. I always put one on the centre there. And then I do 5 round here. Let's see if that speeds things up a bit. Right, I'm going to hold this up to get this on in the centre, straight. There we go. Not too difficult. Right, so what I need is to decorate this and decide what I want to do in there. So I'll put my petals on here. I only did 3 because I'm thinking about doing half a flower. What I was thinking was, oh, maybe I could do a bit more than half. Let's start from the middle and work outwards. That might be more sensible, mightn't it? Well, I think 3 is going to be it, isn't it? I've not actually used these before. Shall I do 2 more? I know what I'm going to do for the middle. I've got these little yellow fluffy things, which I'm going to pop there. Oh, that definitely needs another one, doesn't it? There we go. That's not going to fit on there properly, is it? So I think I will go back to just using 3. Does that do one properly? No, it needs to be closer in as well. I should have practiced with this before starting the video. Sorry about that. Let's try and get that one in a bit closer. If I change my mind about this, you'll see it on my blog on Sunday when I post the video. Because I think I probably will. I don't think I'm going to be at all happy with that. So what else could I use? Let's pop those on there. I don't want to waste them. If anybody's successfully used these petals, I'd love to know what you've done with them. As I say, I should have tested them first. I'm going to have a look to see what I've got in the way of flowers and things. I know what I have. Oh, I wonder if that will work. This is what I've used on the other 2. Let me show you. Those are the clear ones. I put medium-sized pearls in there. Those are petal pink. I put little pearls in the middle. And I wonder if I can get away with using that, which I think is fresh fig. Or would it be better if I used white? No, I think the fresh fig goes alright. There we go. You come back down again. In fact, you don't feel as if you've got sticky on. Oh, you have. Okay. That's much, much better. I prefer that. Now I need some pearls in the middle. Basic pearls. There's the medium ones. Here we go. Oh dear, come on. That's it. Well, there we go. So what do you think? Much better than the leaves, isn't it? Much, much better. The colour is fresh fig, which is a retired colour, but I think that blends in okay with that. I'm happy. So there we go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in there yet, but as I say, I will do something and then I'll post that on my blog on Sunday, the day that I post the video. So let me bring these back in again for you. I've done 4 of these now, look at that. And the masculine one as well. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed today's video and I hope you give it a try. And also let me know, what do you prefer? All the squares the same design or opposites? This one was all the same, but because it was variable stripes, it makes it look different. But I don't know. Until I did that, I'm definite that I'd prefer one design. So now I don't know. Anyway, many thanks for joining me today. If you have any comments or any questions, please leave them in the box below the video. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here today, there'll be a link to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop in the box below. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button, which is down there in the bottom right hand corner, and then click on the bell so that you do get the notifications when I post. Many thanks for joining me. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.